Hello ninth class, how are you? Hope all of you are fit as well as fine. Today we are going to start chapter number 14, that is the natural resources. Resources, that means what? The things which we are getting from nature is called natural resources. Useful things are known as the resources, and that useful things if we are getting from nature is called natural resources. So in this chapter we will learn about air, water, soil. These resources we are getting from nature. And in this chapter we will learn about the biosphere, how the interaction take place in between biotic as well as abiotic component. Now Earth is only one planet that supports life. Variety of plants and animals live on our Earth planet. Now let us learn about this. Let us learn about this biosphere. Now what do you mean by this biosphere? Life supporting zone of Earth where atmosphere, hydrosphere as well as lithosphere interact. That means what? Biosphere is nothing but where this solid lithosphere, water hydrosphere as well as mixture of gases is atmosphere interact with each other. Not only this thing, biotic component, that means what? Living component as well as abiotic component, that means non-living component interact with each other, that is called biosphere. So let us start about lithosphere. The outer crust layer of our planet Earth is called lithosphere. That means what? Where all the living organism we are surviving on that solid or liquid or the atmosphere, that is called biosphere, but from that solid surface is called lithosphere. Now hydrosphere, the portion of Earth's sphere or Earth's surface covered with water is called hydrosphere. Near about 75% of total Earth's surface is covered by water. Atmosphere, multi-gaseous layer, that is multi-gaseous envelope of air that covers the planet Earth like a blanket is called atmosphere. It acts as a thermoregulator. So during day and night time, temperature almost remain constant. Now let us learn more about this biotic as well as abiotic component. First we will see about the abiotic component. Now here abiotic component means what? Air, water, soil, temperature as well as light. Air is what? Mixture of gas, that is a different gases. Homogeneous mixture of gases is called air. Nitrogen 78% present in air, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide very small quantity 0.03%, as well as this other gases that is present in this air. Now let us learn more about this nitrogen. This nitrogen is used to produce number of organic molecules like protein. It is fixed in plants, it transfer in animals through food chain. So in our body also nitrogen is present. Even all living organism body, they contain nitrogen and it can be passed through this tropic level from one living organism to another living organism, and we are directly getting from plants. Oxygen, it is used for breathing as well as for combustion purpose. Plants and animals use this oxygen for respiration purpose. Combustion of fossil fuel, requires this oxygen. Without oxygen combustion, that means burning is not possible. Now let us see about this carbon dioxide. Very small quantity of this carbon dioxide, that means 0.03% present in the atmosphere. It is a fixed in two way. Green plants, they take carbon dioxide and convert into glucose in presence of sunlight. That is called photosynthesis. Many marine animals use this carbonate dissolved in seawater to make their shells. Seawater dissolved amount of the carbon dioxide is present. So marine animals, their body covered with shell, and that shell is made up of calcium carbonate. Other gases such as the inert gases, neon, argon, krypton, these gases as well as some water vapor present in the atmosphere near about 0.97%. Now these gases are known as the inert gases. Now here we will learn more about this role of atmosphere. As we have seen, life supporting zone is possible only because of on this earth surface, because of this atmosphere. So atmosphere playing very important role on our earth surface, while life is not possible on other planet as well as moon because of absence of atmosphere. First, let us learn about the climate control. Atmosphere playing very important to control the climatic condition. Now, it acts as a protective blanket for the earth. Atmosphere is a bad conductor of heat and keeps the average temperature constant during day and night time throughout this year. That is the reason we can survive on earth's surface, because this atmosphere acts as a thermoregulator. Thermo means what? Heat. Regulate means what? It acts as a regulator means what? It is bad conductor of heat. So during daytime as well as night time, temperature variation is not too much. It control this temperature. While if we see on moon, then moon at daytime temperature is 110 degree Celsius. Near about that much temperature is there. And at night time temperature is too low. That is what? 220, near about 220, but minus 220. So during daytime temperature is too high, and during night time temperature is too low. So due to that reason, life can not be possible on moon, as well as if we go to other planet. On other planet also life is not possible because atmosphere is not there. Now let us learn about wind. Movement of air from one region to another region causes winds. Now before going to that, let us learn one activity. Now suppose I give you 3 beakers. In one beaker I give you some quantity of soil. Second beaker I give you some quantity of water, and third beaker I give you as such empty. All the 3 beakers, their size is equal, but in one case what you have taken? Water, second case soil, and third case is what? Empty. Now name as a beaker A, that which contains soil. Name beaker as a B which contain water. Name beaker C which is empty. तीनों को मैंने क्या किया? सीधा सनलाइट में रख दिया. Understood? I given 3 beakers. एक में मैंने क्या रखा है? सॉइल रखा है थोड़ा अमाउंट. दूसरे बीकर में मैंने क्या रखा है? स्मॉल क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर. एंड तीसरे बीकर में मैंने क्या रखा है? कुछ भी नहीं, एम्प्टी रखा है. तीनों बीकर्स में मैंने क्या रखा है, एक एक थर्मोमीटर रख दिया है तीनों बीकर में। इन तीनों बीकर को मैंने यहाँ पे रखा है सनलाइट में। नाउ ऑल द 3 बीकर्स यू हैव टू कीप इन सनलाइट। आफ्टर 2 आवर्स, स्ट्रॉन्ग सनलाइट में रखने के बाद में 2 घंटे के बाद में, इफ़ यू चेक द टेम्परेचर ऑफ ऑल द 3 बीकर, मैंने तीनों बीकर को ले लिया, तीनों का मैंने टेम्परेचर चेक किया, तो व्हाट आई ऑब्जर्व दैट जिसमें सॉइल था उस बीकर का टेम्परेचर हाई होगा, देन उसके बाद में जिसमें वाटर था उस बीकर का टेम्परेचर सॉइल से कम था, और जो एम्प्टी था उसका टेम्परेचर सबसे कम था। दैट मीन्स व्हाट, सॉइल इज गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट कंपेयर्ड टू वाटर and shows more temperature. That means what, soil shows temperature more than water and water shows temperature more than air. Nothing is there, that means what, air. तो सबसे ज़्यादा हम लोगों ने टेम्परेचर ऑब्जर्व किस में किया, सॉइल में। दैट मीन्स सॉइल सबसे जल्दी गर्म हो जाती है कंपेयर टू वाटर, एंड वाटर कंपेयर टू एयर से जल्दी गर्म हो जाता। नाउ दिस 3 बीकर वंस अगेन यू कीप इन शेडो। मैंने क्या किया, उसको शेडो में रख दिया। एंड आफ्टर 2 आवर वंस अगेन यू चेक द टेम्परेचर, वॉट यू विल ऑब्जर्व दैट सॉइल शोज लेस टेम्परेचर, देन सेकंड उसके बाद में टेम्परेचर चेक करोगे तो वाटर में उससे थोड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर आएगा, एज वेल एज एयर में लिटिल बिट मोर। दैट मीन्स व्हाट, कूलिंग आल्सो सबसे ज़्यादा किस में होता है, सॉइल में होता है। हीटिंग भी सबसे ज़्यादा किस में होता है, सॉइल में होता है। दैट मीन्स दैट कंसेप्ट हियर वी कैन ऑब्जर्व इन कोस्टल रीजन। कोस्टल रीजन ड्यूरिंग डे टाइम द एयर above the land gets heated faster and start rising up. As this air rises, the region of low pressure is created and the direction of wind would be from sea to land, which is called sea bridge. So during day time coastal region में क्या होता है, लैंड जो पोर्शन होता है वो जल्दी गर्म हो जाता है, सॉइल गर्म हो जाती है, एंड कूलिंग एयर का फ्लो कहाँ से होता है, वाटर से होता है। कौन सी तरफ से होता है, वाटर से लेके लैंड की तरफ फ्लो होता है कूल एयर। So that is called sea bridge. So during daytime we will observe sea bridge. At night both land and sea start to cool, as we have seen that activity. Once again, since water cools down slower than land, land सबसे ज़्यादा faster cooling होता है effect. So the air above the water would be warmer than the air above the land. The direction of warm air would be from land to sea, which is called land bridge. So here we have seen in coastal region during daytime sea bridge will take place, and during night time we will observe land bridge. That means what? During daytime soil heat take place faster and heated faster, and in case of cooling effect we will observe once again land also cooling faster than water. Due to that region sea bridge as well as land bridge take place in coastal region. Now apart from this, winds, air also help us to form rain. Now these winds, that means what, movement of air, winds, climatic control, all these are the atmosphere, role of the atmosphere. Now let us learn rain. So air also play the important role for this rain falling. Let us see how. Hot air carrying water vapor above. This hot air first expands and then cools, causing water vapor to condense into tiny droplets. The suspended particles like dust act as a nucleus and facilitated the formation of water droplets. Now these water droplets, when it become big and heavy, they fall down in the form of rain. So rain formation take place because of evaporation as well as evaporation, that means what? Vaporization, once again condensation, that we will see in water cycle after this one. Now let us see how this land as well as sea breeze take place in this video.
Sea breeze is the wind developed during the daytime and blows from the sea towards the land. Let us understand how it is formed. Land has the property of getting heated fast and getting cooled fast. On the other hand, water heats up late and cools down late. So during the daytime, land gets heated faster as compared to water. The air over the land also gets heated and hence rises up. To take its place, the cooler air from the sea moves towards the land. This is called sea breeze. Then warm air from the land moves towards the sea to complete the cycle. At night, it is totally opposite. During night time, land is cooler than sea. Hence, cool air from the land blows towards the sea. This is called the land breeze.
Now let us see how rainfall take place.
Let's look at the signs of rain and how raindrops fall. First, we will need the sun. When the sun shines on water on the Earth's surface, the heat of the sun warms the water, turning it into an invisible gas called water vapor. This process, the changing of water into a gas, is called evaporation. Because gases are lighter than liquids, water vapor rises up into the sky. And the further you move up and away from the Earth's surface, the colder the temperature gets. So in the sky, the water vapor cools and changes back into tiny water droplets. This change is called condensation and is the opposite of evaporation. Clouds are made up of tiny water droplets, so when condensation occurs in the sky, clouds form and grow. Let's take a closer look. When water droplets bump into one another, they stick together and grow in size. They continue to grow until they are too heavy and fall as rain. They even grow as they bump into one another on their journey from the cloud to the ground. And every single raindrop that reaches the ground is made up of 1 million of the original tiny water droplets. Raindrops fall on the ground surface where the sun can shine on them, and the whole process happens again. This is called the water cycle and keeps water moving from the ground to the sky, providing the water needed for plants, animals and people to survive. So now you know.
Now let us look here some abiotic component. As we have seen that life is possible on Earth's surface because of this abiotic component, air, water as well as soil. So here we will learn one by one about each abiotic component. What is it? How it get polluted? What are the reason behind this pollution? And what is the harmful effect produced on that earth surface? So let's start about air. Air is what? Mixture of gases. As we have learned, air is homogeneous mixture of different gases, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. Now let us learn about air pollution. Pollution means what? Undesirable, unwanted things. And pollutant means what? Things which degrade the quality of air is called air pollutant. So let us look here. Undesirable, change in physical, chemical as well as biological characteristic of air is called air pollution. So due to some unnecessary things, when they mix with atmosphere, mix with air, then air pollution take place. Now here causes, few causes I have shown here. Burning of fossil fuel like coal, petroleum from automobiles. Petroleum means what? Petrol, diesel, kerosene, all these are known as a petroleum which comes out from automobiles. Then thermal power plants and industry. In thermal power plants, when carbon is burned and converted into steam, it produces carbon dioxide. From some industry, so many other gases released such as carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. These gases are quite harmful and they pollute this air. Now let us learn more about its harmful effect. What happens when air get polluted? So first one is what? Effect. Respiratory system. हमारे respiratory system को भी effect करता है. And causes the disease such as asthma, lung cancer, pneumonia, etc. Here few harmful effects I have shown here, but because of air pollution, so many diseases can be possible. Now number 2, gases such as nitrogen monoxide, sulfur dioxide are dangerous if inhaled and also cause the acid rain. These gases released from the atmosphere, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, they release from the atmosphere and mix with water vapor. That means what? Clouds is nothing but the water vapor, and they form acid rain. They form nitric acid and sulfur dioxide, and these nitric acid and sulfur dioxide mix with water vapor and they form in the form of rain, and that rain is fall on that earth surface and that rain is called acid rain. Number 3 harmful effect, that is causes the lowering of visibility caused by smoke. Because of this air pollution we are getting smoke on that earth surface. So due to that poor visibility can be possible because of this smoke. Now let us learn about the 4th harmful effect. It increased the chances of allergy, cancer as well as heart disease. Some skin allergy, cancer, skin cancer as well as heart disease can be possible because of air pollution. Lung cancer, heart disease as well as so many other diseases can be possible because of this air pollution. As we have discussed, acid rain है क्या? Pollutant gases such as nitrogen monoxide, sulfur dioxide get dissolved in rain water. तो नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड फॉर्म होता है एयर के कांटेक्ट में. NO2 एंड SO2 वंस अगेन दे मिक्स विथ वाटर वेपर. तो वाटर वेपर के साथ में वो क्या फॉर्म करते हैं? नाइट्रिक एसिड एंड सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड. एंड ये दो एसिड जब वाटर वेपर के साथ में नीचे फॉल होते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड एसिड रेन, which make it acidic and this fall as a acid rain. And we have seen that acid rain is produce the harmful effect, that monument which is made up of calcium carbonate. That means मार्बल से बनी हुई जितने भी मोन्यूमेंट है उसके ऊपर उसका हार्मफुल इफेक्ट प्रोड्यूस होता है. येलोइश पैचेस प्रोड्यूस हो जाते हैं, डिस्ट्रक्ट कर देता है एसिड रेन किसको? मार्बल को. The things which is made up of marble, buildings such as the Taj Mahal as well as other monuments get affected because of this acid rain. Not only this, forest also get destructed because of this acid rain. Now let us learn more about the another abiotic component, that is water. Like air, water is also essential component for all living organism. पानी के बिना हमारी लाइफ पॉसिबल नहीं है. फॉर डिफरेंट पर्पज वी आर यूजिंग वाटर. All the living organism, they depend on water. So many other processes take place. Because of that, water is highly useful. Now, in short, here we will learn water pollution, what are the reason as well as harmful effects. So, once again the same way, pollution means what? Undesirable, unwanted thing. Any physical, biological or chemical change in quality of water affecting living organism and making it unfit for use, that we are saying as a water pollution. Nowadays, because of human activity day by day, we are doing so many other activity inside the water or in different industry. From that polluted water that is directly dumped inside the water bodies and water get polluted. So many humans, they are doing other unwanted things and they are using that water bodies water and making the water polluted. Now, some causes shown here: excessive use of fertilizer and pesticide pollute that water bodies and underground water. Sewage from the homes, land as well as factory, that also pollute the water. Now, how this excess use of fertilizer? Nowadays, farmers, they are using fertilizer as well as pesticide. Now, these excess use of fertilizer as well as pesticide, once again with water directly dumped with water bodies and water get polluted. Not only that, underground water also get polluted. Sewage comes out from different industry, from homes as well as different shops, directly mix with water bodies and it get pollute this water. So here we have seen about the different reasons due to that water get polluted. Now let us learn harmful effect. Fertilizer, pesticide are poisonous for human body, not only for human body but other marine animals, those who are surviving inside the water bodies. So, if they take such type of water, especially fishes as well as other marine animals, those who are taking such type of water, then their body get destructed because of these polluted water. Certain bacteria causes disease like cholera, typhoid, etc. So, these bacteria also grow inside this water as well as water bodies, and because of that, so many diseases can be possible. Let us learn third harmful effect. Reduce dissolved oxygen in water bodies and affecting the aquatic life. Now this water, in that if polluted water will be mixed in water bodies, the amount of oxygen decrease inside the water bodies, and due to decrease the amount of oxygen, some greenery can be developed on the surface of water and that process is known as a eutrophication. पानी के ऊपर क्या एक ग्रीनरी, ग्रीन लेयर डिपॉजिट हो जाता है और वो लेयर किसका होता है? प्लांट्स ग्रो हो जाते हैं और अंदर जो पानी में मराइन एनिमल्स है उनकी लाइफ क्या हो जाती है? डिस्ट्रक्ट हो जाती है. दे कम्स अंडर डेंजर बिकॉज दे आर नॉट गेटिंग सफिशिएंट ऑक्सीजन फ्रॉम वाटर, because all the oxygen as well as water get absorbed by that that plants which is produced on that surface of water. Now let us learn the fourth harmful effect, change in temperature. Change in temperature of water bodies affects the breeding of aquatic life. Sometimes hot water directly dumped inside the water bodies by different factories or industries, or sometimes acidic or basic water mixed with water bodies. So ultimately that can be harmful for aquatic life and their life comes under danger. Now let us see the third abiotic component, that is what? Soil. As we know, the upper fertile layer of the earth's surface we are considering as a soil. It forms the upper surface of the land and supports the plant growth. अगर सॉइल ही नहीं होगी तो प्लांट पॉसिबल नहीं होगी, प्लांट ग्रोथ विल नॉट टेक प्लेस एंड वी विल नॉट सर्वाइव ऑन अर्थ सरफेस. इट इज़ द होम फॉर वेरियस माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म. It provides different nutrient to living organism. That means what? खाली सॉइल प्लांट ग्रोथ के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है, बट वो किसका शेल्टर है? माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म के लिए वो क्या है? होम है. So many microorganisms, they survive inside the soil. We are getting different nutrient from plant, and plant growth is possible only on the surface of soil. Now let us learn more about this component of soil. Soil contains small particles of rocks, humus, microscopic life and mineral nutrient. This soil, which is what? Smaller particles, and that humus, that means what? Organic matter also present, which is taken by this plant, and plant fertility will become more and more. Now topsoil, that is topmost layer of soil that contains humus as well as living organism. Humus makes the soil nutrient as well as rich. It is also improve water holding capacity of soil. So topmost layer which is rich with humus as well as nutrient, and it improve the water holding capacity. Now let us learn how this soil pollution take place. Removal of useful component from the soil and addition of other substance which affects the diversity of organism present in the soil and also the soil fertility. That removal of the component or removal of the soils from that upper surface because of these things is called soil pollution. So unnecessary things, unwanted things when mixed with soil, due to that also soil pollution take place, and that affects the different marine, that different organism which survive inside the soil. Now let us learn about the soil erosion. Soil erosion is what? Washing away of the fertile topsoil due to the climatic as well as physical process. Erosion means what? Removal of upper fertile layer from that soil is called soil erosion. How one can prevent this soil erosion? So let us see here. First method is what? Practicing intensive cropping. That means what? Multiple cropping, alternate cropping. These type of methods already we have learned. That patterns, if we are using, then soil erosion can be stopped or prevention can be done. Number 2, helps the plant root to hold the soil particles. If we use these type of method, this hold the soil properly, soil particles inside it, and these type of plants very useful to hold this soil particle on that upper surface of that soil, and soil erosion can be prevented. So multiple cropping as well as alternate cropping, these different methods we are using for cropping patterns. Number 2, providing the proper drainage canals around the fields. If canals as well as other artificially water body systems can be developed surrounding the field region, then soil erosion can be stopped. Practicing terrace farming in hilly region. That way slopy farming can be possible in hilly region. So water logging will not be there, as well as if too much rain is there, immediately water comes down and water will not log up any region of that field region. So hilly region, it can be possible that making this terrace forming. So soil erosion can be stopped by using these type of methods. Now let us learn what are the reason due to that soil erosion take place. First one, strong winds blows away top particles. बहुत जोरों की हवाएं आती हैं तो क्या होता है, ऊपर का जो छोटे छोटे सॉइल के पार्टिकल्स होते हैं तो वो क्या हो जाते हैं, एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे चले जाते हैं. दैट मीन्स अपर फर्टाइल लेयर दैट इज रिमूव फ्रॉम दैट ओरिजिनल प्लेस एंड सॉइल एरोजन टेक प्लेस. नंबर 2, इम्प्रॉपर टिलिंग. वाइल फॉर्मिंग के पहले जो टिलिंग किया जाता है, अगर वो प्रॉपर वे से टिलिंग नहीं होगा तो भी ये पॉसिबल हो सकता है सॉइल एरोजन. नंबर 3, फ्रीक्वेंट फ्लडिंग. बार बार बाढ़ आना, फ्लड आना, उसकी वजह से भी क्या हो जाता है, सॉइल एरोजन हो सकता है. डिफॉरेस्टेशन, दैट मीन्स व्हाट, कटिंग ऑफ ट्रीज. नाउअडेज because of that human activity, day by day they are cutting different trees and forestation get reduced, forest get reduced, and that is called deforestation. So plantation, if we do the planting of tree, afforestation, then one can stop this soil erosion. Now let us see how this soil form. Formation of soil is not simple process. It take millions of years. Biological, physical as well as chemical, all the three process take place simultaneously, one by one. These process take place and due to that soil get formed and we are getting on that earth surface this soil. Let us learn how it will take place. Now sun effect. Sun playing very important role in the formation of soil. First, let us learn here, due to sun heat, rocks expand during daytime and then contract at night time. क्या होता है, डे टाइम में टेम्परेचर हाई होता है, सनलाइट क्या करती है, रॉक्स को, बड़ी बड़ी चट्टानें होती है, बिगर रॉक्स होती है अर्थ क्रस्ट लेयर में, वो एक्सपांड होती है बिकॉज ऑफ हाई टेम्परेचर. नाइट टाइम में वंस अगेन टेम्परेचर क्या हो जाता है, कम हो जाता है, तो दीज रॉक्स गेट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, क्या हो जाती है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होती है. सो कंटिन्यूअस डे एंड नाइट टाइम में एक्सपांशन एज वेल एज कॉन्ट्रैक्शन टेक प्लेस साइमल्टेनियसली एंड दिस unequal expansion and contraction from the cracks on the rocks which break them into a smaller pieces. ये कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस होती है जिसकी वजह से क्या होता है, बड़ी बड़ी जो चट्टानें होती है वो ब्रेक होके छोटे छोटे पीसेस में कन्वर्ट होता है. नाउ नॉट ओनली सन प्लेइंग इम्पोर्टेंट रोल बट वाटर आल्सो प्लेइंग इम्पोर्टेंट रोल इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सॉइल. Let us see how water enters into the crack in the rocks, which if freeze widen the crack. क्या होता है, रॉक्स के क्रैक में पानी बढ़ जाता है जिसकी वजह से नाइट टाइम में क्या होता है, बिकॉज ऑफ लेस टेम्परेचर फ्रीजिंग होता है ये वाटर का, और फ्रीजिंग के टाइम में क्या होता है, एक्सपांशन होता है. वंस अगेन डे टाइम में टेम्परेचर राइज होगा तो ये क्रैक्स क्या हो जाते हैं, बड़े हो जाते हैं, और क्रैक्स बड़े होने की वजह से बड़े बड़े रॉक्स के पीसेस क्या हो जाते हैं, छोटे छोटे पीसेस हो जाते हैं. वाटर कैरीज रॉक पार्टिकल डाउन स्ट्रीम विच ब्रेक डाउन इनटू अ स्मॉलर एज वेल एज फाइनर थ्रू दिस एब्रेसिव एक्शन. तो पानी की वजह से ये छोटे छोटे पीसेस बन जाते हैं, किसके, रॉक्स के छोटे छोटे ग्रेवल एज वेल एज फाइन पीसेस बन जाते हैं और वो अर्थ सरफेस में आ जाते हैं. नाउ थर्ड फैक्टर दैट इज द wind. As we have discussed, sun playing important role, water. Now let us learn how this wind playing important role. Wind erode rocks down विंड की वजह से क्या होता है, इरोजन होता है, ब्रेकिंग होता है रॉक्स का, बड़ी बड़ी चट्टानें होती है, तो विंड्स मीन्स व्हाट, मूविंग एयर, उसमें छोटे छोटे पीसेस आगे पीछे हो जाते हैं, किसकी वजह से, विंड की वजह से। दे आल्सो कैरी सैंड फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर प्लेस, सैंड एज वेल एज सॉइल एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे मूव होता है, किसकी वजह से, विंड की वजह से। तो एयर, वाटर as well as wind, they are playing important role in the soil formation. Wind is nothing but the moving air and sunlight. Not only this physical as well as chemical process, we have learned here physical process, that means sun heat, sunlight. Chemical process, that means water as well as wind. Now let us learn biological process. These type of microorganism also playing important role in the formation of wind. Lichen converts rock surface into the water, into the powder, which form thin layer of the soil. Lichen is what? Symbiotic of algae as well as fungi. This symbiotic microorganism lichen, that sometimes they are pronouncing as a lichen, but generally we are saying as a lichen. They convert the surface rock surface into a powdery substance, and they form a thin layer of soil on the surface of this, top surface of these rocks. Moss as well as roots of big trees also break these rocks. So this way these microorganisms also responsible for breaking these smaller pieces and converting in a powdery substance, powdery form of this soil, and this soil get formation take place, and is not simple process. It takes long time and millions of years for take place because of this soil formation. Million of year need for this soil formation. Now here, first part we have completed from natural resources. Now listen here very carefully. You have to see all this video. 2 parts are there. You have to read it properly, because this part as well as second part we will include as a subject enrichment. So based on that you will get one project, and that project you have to do at home, and based on that some oral question we will ask you in live classes. So students, no need to write this chapter in your notebook, but meanwhile you have to learn this in short as well as short question we will ask you based on it.